Hey everybody, it's Lon Seidman. It's time for another unboxing. We just got in this laptop from HP, their new Envy x360. This is a 2-in-1, and this is another machine powered by the new AMD Ryzen 4000 series processors. The one they sent us is their mid-range model. It costs about $799, and this one's got the 4500U inside of it. But they do have one with a 4700 and they have a 4300 unit available as well. And we're going to take it out of the box and see what it's all about, and then we'll have a full review soon on my main channel at lon.tv. Now, I do want to let you know, in the interest of full disclosure, that this is on loan from HP, so when we're done with it, it goes back to them. All of the opinions you're about to hear are my own. Nobody is paying for this unboxing, nor is anyone reviewing or approving it before it gets uploaded. So let's get into this and see what is in the box. And I've got my fancy overhead view here so we can get a better look at things. And we'll see what we got. So we have a little instruction guide for getting everything set up. Now this is their Envy line. And what's been interesting has been how each of these computer manufacturers have been approaching these devices. So this is more of a premium device versus what you might see from some of the other manufacturers. So it's all metal. There's no plastic on this one. It's actually very slim here, as you can see, but it's a 13-inch display on it. Really nice looking. And it, of course, has a touch display. It does support the pen, but we didn't get the pen in to review with it. So we'll have to try to get one in at a later time. But really nice. It feels very efficiently designed, for sure. I'm just going to power it on real quick here. We'll see if it has any power on it as it boots up. Again, 1080p, 13-inch display. And they were telling me on a briefing that I was on a little bit earlier that they cut a significant amount of the bezels out of this thing versus the prior generations, so it's a lot slimmer than it used to be. I guess they said they cut like about 3/4 of an inch off the size, or a 17.36 millimeter reduction just by getting these bezels down on the display a little bit more efficient. So pretty good looking computer, actually. Really nice. Touch display, of course. Keyboard looks pretty good too. I believe, I'm not sure if it's backlit, or yeah, it is backlit. So there's a light here for the backlight. So we've got that. Fingerprint reader, power switch, and I'm going to look at this little button here in a second as well. Now these are not upgradable from a RAM standpoint. So a lot of times we take these things apart on the channel, but this is got soldered RAM. But the NVMe drive on it can be upgraded. So you do have the ability to upgrade the hard drive down the road. Now, as I mentioned, there is a little button here for the camera shutter, and if we cut back over here real quick and I push this key, watch what happens. The camera gets a shutter in front of it so you can block the webcam and protect your privacy. Isn't that cool? So we've seen before some other cameras that have like a physical shutter on it, but this one has an electrical one, but it's physical, so it will block the camera, and you'll know it's blocked because it'll have a little white thing in front of it, and then when you push the button here again, it comes back to normal. Pretty cool stuff. Let's take a look at the ports real quick, and then we'll get ready to start evaluating it. It's rather interesting. It's pretty thin, and I wasn't sure from looking at the pictures what this was, but this is actually a USB port, a standard USB-A port, and it has a little door here that moves down to get the connector fully accessible. That's a unique way to approach that problem, right? Next to it is a USB Type-C connector. This is a full service port, so it will do data, power, and video out. So if you do want to get video out of the laptop here, you do have to get a dongle for that. But what's nice is that you could use a docking station that charges, and you can run everything through a single cable. On the other side here, we have a micro SD card slot. The cards will sit flush to the unit here, so if you want to load up some media for a flight, you can do that. And they've got a second one of these funky USB ports over here. I would guess it'll hold up, but you'll probably want to be careful with these little doors not to snap them off. I don't think it would make much of a difference, but if it wasn't there, but it's just something to keep in mind. You got a power plug here, so it looks like it's got a separate plug for power, which should keep that USB-C port clear, but you can, of course, use it to power the laptop, that USB-C port, if you so choose. And let's take a look at the power adapter. So this is it. Not too large. This looks like it is a 65-watt adapter, kind of your standard fare here, but again, it uses the round barrel connector, and it is not a USB-C power adapter. and you've got the plug here, in my case, for the United States. So what we're going to do next is get this thing powered up, and we'll be having a full review here soon on the main channel at lon.tv, so stay tuned.
This channel is brought to you by the lon.tv supporters, including gold level supporters Tom Albrecht, Chris Allegretta, David Hockman, Brian Parker, Mike Patterson, and Bill Pomerantz. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to lon.tv/support to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit lon.tv/s.